2023 meeting minutes.
So move.
Been properly moved by Commissioner Basham, supported by Commissioner Scott. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote. Oh, we don't. Oh, well, that's right, I forgot. Mine's none on you.
Motion carried.
Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay,
Item 1, under new business, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to a 3-year grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance to provide supplemental funding to the Wayne County Sexual Assault Kit Task Force.
okay. All right, Tony, you want to talk us through this?
Good morning to all. Tony Guerrero, Chief of Legislation, Grants and Community Relations, Prosecutor's Office.
Are you on?
There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay,
All right. This is modification number 1 to a 3-year grant agreement that we have with the Office of Justice Programs and the U.S. Department of Justice for these supplementing the Sexual Assault Kit Task Force. All we're doing here is asking to extend the term by 1 year. The amount remains the same. There is no county match whatsoever. This would carry the term from October 1 of 2020 through September 30th of 2024, the end of next fiscal year.
okay. Can I have a motion, please?
You got it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I do have it here. Commissioner Basham.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner
This is
Kinlock
right here.
made the motion. Commissioner Basham supported it. Are there questions on the motion? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you very much. And it's good to be back.
Absolutely. Great seeing you.
Absolutely. Next item.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 1-year grant agreement with the Michigan Department of State Police Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division for the 2022 through 23 Hazardous Materials Emergency Preparedness Planning Program grant.
Okay. Go ahead.
Good morning, all. We're here representing Homeland Security Emergency
Who are
Management.
you?
I'm, pardon?
Who are you?
Oh, Director Samuel J. for Wayne County Homeland Security Emergency Management, and our Deputy Director Nathaniel McQueen, Wayne County Homeland Security Emergency Management.
Okay, go ahead.
This grant is basically a grant that helps us with our LEBC, our local emergency planning committee, which deals with the hazardous materials. And this amount is used to keep track of hazardous materials at different companies around Wayne County corporations. So we know what's in our county establishments, should there be an emergency, and we want to know what contents are in that building for emergency purposes, which could be a fire and so forth. We know what hazards that can cause, and that's very important for fire to know what resources to use when combating it. And the match will be taken from what we already paid our emergency hazardous materials person. That amount for those hours are the kind match, so there would be no additional monies from the county.
Okay, so this is to pay the salary, right?
Correct.
Okay,
For the time spent on that data and putting that information and dealing with our different communities to make sure we have the database up to par.
okay, thank you. Commissioner Basham.
Yeah, they had a big spill at Ford's a year or so ago. And it was dealt with Eagle and Wayne County and adequately. It was something they weren't, I don't think, expecting. But now we have like, and I think it used to be a Chrysler, but Stellantis down there on Van Horn, you're Jefferson. We have a lot of auto related. Do we know what they have at their locations that's hazardous to?
Yes,
potential?
right. Every company that houses hazardous materials must report that information to the state, Eagle, and also Wayne County Homeland Security Emergency Management has that information as well from Eagle and from those facilities. So yes, it's mandatory for that to be reported.
What if they don't do it?
Then they're going to have some issues with the state and their licensing.
Understand, but what if where I'm getting at is there some way that the Homeland Security is actually occasionally checking this one, or this one to see if there's compliance?
Yes, we actually have a database and on a yearly basis, we go through our database along with balancing checks with our Eagle, which is environmental Great Lakes, which used to be DEQ.
All right, thank you.
Any other comments or questions on this item? Okay, so I have a motion from Commissioner Scott and supported by Commissioner Basham. Please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item,
Thank you all.
the addenda item.
Moving to the addenda, item 3, requesting commission approval of a retroactive 2-year agreement with a 3-year option to renew with Wayne County Community College District to provide security detail at its 3 Detroit campuses and outreach efforts across the county in a unit known as the WC3 Detail.
So this is one that we've had for several years. Go ahead.
Good morning, Commission. Vanita Terry, Director of Administration, Sheriff's Office. Yes, we've had this contract for over 15 years, and we're just coming back now to do a 2-year contract with the option to renew 1-year extension.
So previously, we had it a 1 year.
No, it was always
Your
2
last
years.
time?
Yes.
It was
Yes,
2 years
ma'am.
last time. Okay, all right. So it is a 2-year agreement with
Yes,
a 3-year option to renew.
yes.
Okay. Are there any questions on this item? Commissioner Basham.
Yeah, what specifically do they do under this contract?
Under the contract, we provide detail. So we have a sergeant, 2 officers, and 2 outreach civilian employees. But the detail that is at the Wayne County Community College District is there to provide policing services.
So you talk about the 2 outreach, what are the specifics that the outreach does?
The outreach, so we have a recruiter that brings in students from Wayne County Community College and places them in the office as interns. And then we have our outreach director that works out in the community.
Because I had asked this question before. We had someone who was getting paid by Wayne County at the Wayne County Community College for recruitment. But yet, when I asked how many meetings they had and how many people they recruited, there wasn't a significant number. So it's like, so why are we, without getting to specifics, why would we employ somebody that hasn't got specific results for us?
Well, I can tell you, since I've been on board with the sheriff's office, I've seen a number of interns that have worked in our office, whether they were working with the personnel staff or just doing administrative work for the outreach coordinator. I can come back with specific as far as how many interns have been brought in through this fiscal year.
As far as, because we just had a meeting and audit dealing with how short-staffed we are in Wayne
Yes.
County and particularly in the sheriff's department. And that's why I'm being the skunk at the picnic and asking these kinds of questions. So if we're going to hire people and pay for people to be recruiting through the colleges to try to get us more sheriffs, I'd like to see some numbers, quite frankly. I'm just one of 15, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I saw. Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I'm along the same lines I put down when you were talking outreach. So these interns that the recruiter is bringing in, are they paid or unpaid?
I believe they are unpaid.
And how many of them have turned into full-time employees? When you're recruiting someone, that's the purpose, not for them to be an intern and then for them to be an employee. So how are we making that transition from them to being an intern and then being a full-time employee so that we can actually recruit and be successful?
Again, I will get back
Okay,
and get
okay.
you that number.
And then if I may, Madam Chair, just to follow up. So just for my own knowledge, this is just for our Wayne County Community College in Detroit. And then when you're saying outreach, does this also go out to our downriver area where we have a Wayne County Community College or?
Well,
are
the sheriff's
others?
office training unit is at Wayne County Downriver Campus in Taylor. And so we have a separate recruiting team, and then we have a recruitment coordinator that is funded through Wayne County Community College that provides us the $58,000 on a monthly basis. So we have two separate teams, and she works more with the civilian side, and then our recruiters are obviously recruiting for officers.
But the detail is for the downtown, I guess the Detroit offices.
Yeah, the
Detroit.
detail is mainly it says all the campuses, but they're mainly staffed at the downtown location.
It's the downtown or the Detroit
Detroit.
location.
And if the need is, then they go to the other campuses as well. Northwest Campus,
in Detroit.
Taylor,
Yeah, the three Detroit campuses.
Detroit campuses.
Okay, Commissioner Kinlock.
Okay, so we each month get information and continue to hear the challenges associated with the Sheriff's Department. This commission, I've spoken before, has a role in that we have not pushed and worked in earnest with the administration to make sure salaries, because that's the bottom line. These salaries are deplorable. We can recruit, we can have interns, we can have ducks or whatever, but the bottom line, if we're not paying people where they feel comfortable, where they can take care of their families, these salaries are ridiculous. I know we're now dealing with it, but we're still in that space where it's a challenge for people to come and work for Wayne County. But these efforts still must take place. We still must try to recruit individuals. Wayne County Community College has a huge footprint in within our county, and is a great outlet for us to be able to reach individuals. But I raised it when I first got here. I heard a number of commissioners raise that issue and been supportive on encouraging the administration, and now we're moving forward. So let's hopefully get there. Thank you.
All right. Did they negotiate with 502 yet? Well, maybe, I don't know if is it still called 502? No.
I'm not sure, but we did,
Yeah, but
the contract
deputies.
has been ratified with Local 3317. That is our leadership, the
Lieutenants.
sergeants, lieutenants and
lieutenants.
captains.
But how about the
Yes.
deputies?
I believe that is still in negotiation. That's POAM, and that's an ongoing negotiation.
Okay. So we haven't agreed on a contract with their deputies. Until we do that, we're gonna have serious problems recruiting, because Detroit offered huge increases for officers
Mhm.
who are there and for officers who are coming in. We're not gonna be able to recruit anybody until we can compete with the salaries that the surrounding municipalities are offering. I know I wouldn't come to work for the county as an officer when Detroit is paying probably $10,000.
Approximately 10,000 more than what we're
Yeah.
starting off at.
So,
And then you have to look at Oakland County that is, and Macomb County, like
Right.
15,000, 16,000.
and their benefits are better. So
Yes.
until we get that contract negotiated, we're not going to be able to recruit. Kara, did you?
I just wanted to mention that we were given those details at our Ways and Means budget hearing
Mhm.
about the salaries. And I think that Commissioner Kinlock, and like you've stated, I think maybe that's why our interns are not turning into employees. So, but anything that you can provide us would be appreciated. Thank you.
Will do.
Commissioner Basham.
And you said earlier that the interns were not being paid, but there is recruitment people working for the college for Wayne County Sheriffs. My question was going back to the recruitment people that are being paid, how many meetings they have, how many recruitments they have. I'm looking for results.
Okay. we'll
So I
get
know
that.
that the interns aren't getting paid, and I understand that, but there is people that's working for Wayne County Community College under the sheriff's detail to bring people into the sheriff's department. How many meetings, what have they done to get us sheriffs? Okay,
Okay.
thank you. And you'll get back us when?
And also I want to say on our, on the overtime report that I provide on a monthly basis, it also lists our new hires. So we've had 3 to 4 classes in this fiscal year. We just recently had a graduation that had approximately 9 to 10 graduates, jailers, in that graduation. And then we will have a new class coming up in September
But how
with
many?
hopefully 20.
How
And
many
that's from
is-
recruiting.
But how many is left and how many is under the FLMA? And it goes on and on. That we could have an all-day discussion with this, but
Yes.
you know, we might have been recruiting a few, but we lose more than we're recruiting.
That's in that report.
That overtime report.
Yes. Yes.
Well, we have like 140 something right now on FMLA.
There's your call.
First went down too. Okay. All right, so we have a motion. If that's all the questions, do we have anyone else, any more comments or on this item? We have a motion by Commissioner Scott and supported by Commissioner Kenlock. Please vote.
You don't want to vote on
I did vote. It's voting and yeah, I did. It is,
Motion carried.
but it was here though. I had a check. Okay, next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I have none. I've not been informed of any.
G, public comments.
All right, would you unmute the Zoom and the telephones? All right, it is now time for public comments. If there's anyone on Zoom or on the phone who would like to make a comment at this time, please do. Anyone who would like to make a comment, please speak up. Last call for public comment. Anyone would like to make a comment at this time, please do so. Thank you. Public comment is over. Next item.
Adjournment.
Don't move.
All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Hi.
Those opposed?